welcome. This is Melskinner, and we're back with some more of the Escapists 2. And it's a new day. Been a little while since the last time I was in the prison. Oh, there was quite a bit of a hiccup there for some reason. I don't know if that's just because I loaded in the game. There has been a number of updates since the last I played, so I'm not exactly sure if that's going to cause us some issues with the save file. I hope that hiccup is not a sign of things to come. But in any case, what do we have as far as our objectives? From what I remember, we were trying to make a hang glider, and we have a lot of the parts that we need for that. And it looks like all we need is the other half of the frame for the glider, and then we should have that completed. So what we need is a couple dowels and a piece of duct tape, if I remember correctly. I think that's, yeah, here. So the dowels specifically I've been getting from purchasing from other inmates, and as far as money goes, it looks like we're going to continue to have to work to be able to do that. Now, currently, I believe I have the plumber job, which is why we're carrying around a plunger here. Let me just make sure I don't have any contraband. All right, we're good to go. All right, so let me just take a look at my stats. So we're pretty much good there. And I do eventually have to get out of my cell by some means. So that is another thing that's going to be on my priority list. Let's go ahead and search. Let's see what we need to pull a lot of this stuff off. Now, I have a bunch of junk in my... I could burrow outside of... Because the main thing that I'm going to have to do at some point is I'm going to have to get out of my cell. And I think the best way to do that is to get a red key, and then we could go out. Alright, it's our job time. Let's go ahead and do that. I could dig out, but I just think that that's a little on the risky side. It's a little bit... Okay, we mash E for this. Oh, okay. That one's done. I like how they yell at me even though I'm doing my job. That's a bug they definitely need to fix. Because if you're doing the plumbing job, it counts you as always being away from your job. Because there's no real set location. Well, you do have a set location, but it changes. So I'm guessing the guards are expecting you to be where the arrow's pointing, and if you're not there, they freak out on you, which is, I mean, you have to travel from place to place, so every time you see a guard, they're going to get mad at you. Okay, so that's it for our quota. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and search some desks. I was about to take a look at what it is that we needed for any particular thing. I might need this duct tape, so I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. But if I'm not going to be digging, then there's really no need to have this timber brace. And the makeshift ladder, I'm not really sure about, so I'm going to pick this up. We're going to put this in our hidey hole. So really what we needed is the two dowels, and we need a means to be able to make a mold, I think. So that's probably what I was doing. So what we need is a lighter and some talcum powder. So that's what we're looking to get. Okay. Tub of bleach may be important if we want a guard's outfit. I'm gonna go ahead and just stash that. I don't remember what's after job time. It's gonna take me a little while to get back on the routine as well. Okay, it's exercise time. We'll go there in a second. None of these things are needed. Alright, let's get over there. We don't need to exercise, so we're just going to go right back into searching things. I'm not exactly sure if I've searched everywhere in here. I think we looked here. Yeah. Oh, the ink will be important if we're going to be dyeing, so I'll pick that up as well. So we need the bleach to bleach a prisoner's outfit, and then we'll need the dye to dye it to make it look like a guard's outfit. Okay, nothing there. Blue we already have. Trying to remember, what is it I need? Talcum powder? Free time. Okay, a cookie. I mean, nah, we don't need that. I don't know if I've been... we just got a dowel. More or less on... that's the first time I've actually seen a dowel on one of these drawers. And it doesn't appear to be contraband, so we can go ahead and put it anywhere. I mean, I don't think we need the beaded snake, so it's actually getting to a point where I'm going to need to drop something. Let's drop this. There we go. Oh. There we go. Take that, put that in there. And I guess we'll take the cookie and we'll just eat it. You need to start clearing out some of my desk space. And the potted plants can be good, but at this point, we're kind of overloaded here. I got a bunch of stuff in my inventory. I don't really want to be in my inventory anymore. I am curious what the beaded snake is for. I'm sure it's for something. We also want to put away the duct tape. Well, we don't really need it. I'll go ahead and just stash it over in this desk. We have a couple more desks to check. But we're halfway there to getting... As a matter of fact, all we have to do is get a little bit more money and we should be able to buy the last dowel and we'll be ready to go, I guess, for our glider. But we're still not being able to get any putty. I haven't seen talcum powder anywhere. Nope. I wonder if that's something that's just very rare in this particular prison, because normally it's a very common item. Might have to change my mind about digging out of my cell. On the other hand, we might not need to get out of our cell anyway. We could just take the glider and just get up to a rooftop somewhere during the day and glide away. It might not actually matter what time we go and do it. But judging by the fact that we may have to get somewhere where we're normally not allowed to be, I think probably a good idea to at least think about that kind of stuff. Alright, so this is one of those things that I really hope I didn't miss any talcum powder there. I don't remember seeing any, but yeah, none of these desks had one. We may be able to purchase some, but that's kind of a bummer, as it's such a simple item. Well, let's see what you're selling. You have the other dowel that we need, which would be nice, but again, very expensive, and we don't have the money just yet. But next time we work, we'll get it. So, not too big of a deal. Alright. At this point, I just want to start looting other desks that I may be able to get to. So there's a desk over here. I'm going to go look in there for talcum powder. It's going to be dinner time, but we're fairly close to that. Okay. I'll take the med kit, even though I'm not going to necessarily need it right now. We might have to fight guards in the near future if we're going to want to try that whole get out of here thing, but I could, during my free time, go into the visitor area, but it's just a random chance whether or not I'm going to get the thing that I'm looking for. I also have to start thinking about how I'm gonna get up higher. Alright, nothing there. I have to get through this door somehow. I'm guessing it requires a key card. All right, my job again. So this is going to be our opportunity to get that last dowel. But yeah, the talcum powder right now is a real problem. So I'm going to have to figure out some way for sure to get out of my cell. And right now we just don't have that means. I really wish that a different button was used to mash, because it's really easy to complete and then immediately reactivate the toilet. But oh well. I mean, even if it was Q, then you're accidentally opening your stat screen. So either way, you're meant to mash your buttons, but... Alright, this will give us enough to be able to buy what we want. And frankly, this is such an easy job that we'll be able to afford a lot of things by just keep doing it. Alright, so I searched all those desks and I didn't see any talcum powder. Now, it doesn't mean that there wasn't any, I just didn't see any. Is there a way to get around to where that motorcycle is? No, so you do have to climb through that vent to get to where that motorcycle is. I mean, there is a desk in there to search, but I don't know if that's necessarily worth it. I could also get a red key and be able to get over there. But then you'd have to get within that door, and there's no way of opening that kind of door normally. So... I mean, I have this as a backup plan, although I did kind of throw away some of the things I think I needed to do that objective. I kept some things, but I feel like maybe I threw away some of the things I needed as well. And now it's shower time. This is going to be a good opportunity to buy things, as everybody should show up. We might also be able to get some of the items I'm looking for through a quest. Contraband pouch might be good, but that's not what we're specifically looking for. We're looking for that last dowel, so... And there it is. Okay, so I'll continue to shop here. Yeah, nobody's selling talcum powder, so unless I get a means of getting some, I'm pretty much out of luck. So that's just a little bit of cash. I'm just gonna say maybe. So J. So a little bit of cash here. I'm looking specifically for special items. Now, none of them are giving me any special items. That might only happen in specific prisons. Alright, let me just make sure I don't have any contraband. I don't. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the visitor. Just to see if we can get some random item that may help us. Not particularly time efficient. This is yet a different person, so it seems like it's just a random person every time that you have a visitor come in. Okay, they give me a screwdriver, which is not something I actually have any use for, because I already have one, I think, in my storage compartment. So I'm probably just gonna stash that somewhere. I mean, it could be useful, but not for what we're doing, so... Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and take a look now at the vent systems while we wait for other things to happen. So I'm gonna put the screwdriver away because we already have one in our desk. I don't really need another one. I am going to put together the glider because that's going to free up a lot of space, in my opinion. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this and the duct tape, and we should be able to craft together the frame that we're looking for. And then I'm hoping, there's no recipe for this, so I'm hoping that we have it now. But we do that, that, and that. Craft? Craft? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's literally no recipe for completing the glider. I've looked through this multiple times. There's just no recipe for this. So, I don't know if you just have to have all these things in your inventory or what. There's really not a whole lot of information on this. So I don't know if I just have all these items now or what, but it's kind of a pain in the butt. But I am going to go ahead and put these things back in here. It's not taking up any more space than it was taking up before, although it is kind of a waste of our time and resources. So I really don't know with this whole thing. As I said, there's no crafting recipe for a completed glider. So it's possible that all I needed was just the glider skin, and that's it. But it seems like this is supposed to be a component, right? And this is supposed to be a component, and they both are about gliders. So you'd think you would eventually make yourself a glider, but unless there's some place that I'm supposed to put it, that could be true. I mean, maybe there is a workshop or something that I'm supposed to build it in, and I'm not aware of that. So that might is something that I may have to look into. I mean, I'm trying to avoid looking in wikis. I've done so so far, not looking at any wikis, so kind of want to keep doing that. Okay, we're going to have to go back into our cell. But I'm going to use tonight to just look around and see what options we have of getting out of here, because the traditional way of getting out by making a copy of a key won't work, as far as I can tell, because I can get the key, but I won't be able to get the copy because I don't have putty. And I haven't seen a lighter anywhere either, but honestly, I guess I haven't necessarily been looking for it. It's possible I have seen one and I'm just stupid and I forgot about it. I mean, that happens. You've got a lot of things you're trying to keep an eye out for, and sometimes the things that you really need, you pass by because you really have something else in mind. But yeah, the main means that I would need to copy a key I haven't seen so far. But what I am going to do is I'm just going to take a look at other ways that we can get out here, because vents is one way we can get out. So I can't get out of my cell, though. That's the important distinction. So I would have to dig out. Now, how I would dig out, I'm not exactly sure, because I'm going to have to be able to dig somewhere where I could get out, and wherever I'm coming out wouldn't be a problem. And ideally, that'd be like a room where I would have a desk. I think there was one. Like, for example, does this room here have a desk? Maybe? I can't recall. No, this is the kitchen. But there might be somewhere around here that has a desk that I might be able to dig to and put something on top of it that doesn't need a key. But I don't really know if that's likely. Probably not. All right, well, let's talk about vents, though. So, as far as I can tell, one way we're on floor 2 of possibly getting up a floor or getting around things is by using the vent system. Now, the biggest problem I have is you have vents like this, and I have no idea where the vent that attaches to is. So, it's one of those things where it's almost like I have to open the vent and just see what's there, because I really don't know. So, and there's no way of getting, from what I can see through the vent system, through here, which would be the main means of getting up to the next floor. I don't see any vents at all on this floor. So if it is something that I can get up to, I'm not seeing it. Also, what is this? There's like this line here. I'm not exactly sure what that means. And this is probably the roof. I'm not sure if there's a way up on top of it. And I really don't know what point I'm supposed to be hang gliding from either. So it could just be any roof that I hang glide from, and if that's the case, well, then that's really easy to do. As a matter of fact, it looks like there is a vent to get up on the roof. Oh, you know what? That's probably how I get out of my cell. So I go up into the vent, and I use a rope, which we have found, to get... Ah, okay, you know what? I think I'm going to try for that. So we're not going to do that just yet, because, I mean... Look, there's a guard in here, but I don't know exactly where the vent in this room is, though. I'm going to wait for the guard to leave, and then we're just going to peek by doing this. So it's there. I don't know if I can get on top of this table. But we can get into the bathroom. The vent is right here. Yeah, right there. So we could get into the bathroom, put the vent... get up on in the vent from there, and then from there, there's possibly a way to get up, but you know, I know that there's a vent on the roof, but I just can't see it from where we are. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and put a cut in the video here, and we'll pick things up in the next video. In any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.